Well, hello there and welcome. Today, I want to talk about the greatest relationship of your life, the greatest relationship you will ever have in this lifetime, the greatest love affair that you could ever experience. And as I say that, I would love for you to notice what comes up for you as I say that, right? As I speak about the greatest relationship you could ever potentially experience, the greatest love you could ever potentially experience. And so wherever you are on that spectrum of relationships and love right now, just feel into that a little bit deeper. And I'm going to talk about a series that I'm about to teach. And that's, part of this live, this way of going live and talking about what I do and what I teach is to welcome you into the next series, where I am going to focus the teaching around how we receive love, how we give love, how we experience love, and how that really translates into the relationships, right? Of who we are in the world, how we show up in the world, and really how we manifest and how we create into the world. So, this next round of teaching is going to begin on October 16th, so just a few weeks away. And the focus is going to be around the sacral chakra, which is directly related to the throat chakra, which is then co-creates with the universe, literally creation energy. So this is how babies are birthed into the world. This is how literally anything you're wanting to experience into to have into the world is birthed. Whether you are, male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like if you're hearing the sound of my voice, you are a creator. You are co-creating with the universe, and you are meant to be here. You're meant to hear what I'm talking about right now. So I invite you to comment, to share, to like this video, this post, with anyone that comes to mind as I say relationship. And as I say, to experience the greatest love affair you could ever have in this world. And then I'm going to invite you to whomever came to mind for you then to bring that awareness back to yourself. Because the greatest love you can ever experience is the one that you hold within. It's the one that you feel about yourself. And I know you know this, right? You know this logically. You can maybe even feel into this, that you know that you can only truly give as much love as you are willing to receive. And you can only really truly receive as much love as you are willing to give to yourself. And so many people attempt to give that love on the outside of themselves through relationships, through bad habits. We could call them bad habits. We could call them good habits, whatever the vice might be, whether it's food or whether it's alcohol or working out or going to the shooting range or going golfing. Like, these are all the things that I know my soul assignment clients, they do on the outside of them, and it's temporary. So, hello, I can see Facebook sending out the message that you're here live with me now. And I always like when you comment live so I know who you are and who's with me. And yeah, it just feels good. So let's talk about love, and let's talk about relationships, and let's talk about how this relates to what you're experiencing in the world. So love itself is an energy. It is a frequency. It is a vibration that moves through the cosmos, through the atmosphere. We can actually measure it with different scientific tools. So love, in a very real way, is an emotion because it is energy in motion. And it is something that is floating around quite literally through the Taurus field. And it's an energy that we can pick up on. It's a frequency that we can pick up on. And the way that we experience love and we feel love is directly correlated to how in alignment you are with yourself. So, I can coin myself as an advanced manifestation practitioner and teacher. Because what I teach people is how to come in alignment with yourself. So when your heart and your mind, another way of saying that, when your ego and your spirit, another way of saying that is when your body, mind, your consciousness, this part of the brain, quite literally in the front of the head, in the front of the heart, in front of the gut, is speaking to your spirit, the essence of who you truly are. Again, the energy that you are in, of, and around this body, when they are in alignment with one another, then you create this synergy in the world that says, I am open to receiving, and I am open to receiving according to what is in alignment for me. So if you are someone who is constantly chasing to experience the good feeling state, we could call it love, we could call it hope, we could call it excitement, we could call it, there's the great dopamine and serotonin hits that you get, dopamine hits mainly, but the serotonin that you can feel over time by doing the things on the outside of you in order to experience the things that you really want to experience. And even if the words that I'm saying right now is not really landing and isn't making sense, you can feel into the energy and the frequency that I'm actually emitting right now through my body, through the Taurus field. And because we are all interconnected through the universal law of one, you are feeling this through your electronic device. And this is the beauty of the way that I'm able to teach as well, where I can come live or I can come into the group sessions and I can emit this frequency. And when you are in alignment with yourself, you are no longer looking for the things on the outside of you through relationships, through food, through workouts, again, all of the external things that you can be doing, right? In order to receive what it is that you really desire to receive, which really at the base of everything is love, right? The highest frequency I can possibly feel long term, literally all the time, is love. It is a frequency that is meant for you to experience and to have and to hold and to give. Can you hear the sound of the rain? The rain is a synchronicity for me. Wow, it just like came on all of a sudden. I don't know if you can like pick up the volume here. I chose not to use my AirPods today for some reason. Evidently the reason is for you to be able to hear the sound of the rain hitting the roof. So as I was feeling into being able to come here live and to talk about this, what I really wanted to do was to emit a frequency, to literally transmit the frequency of love and ask if you're open to receiving it, right? Knowing that your capacity to receive love is directly related to the capacity that you hold within yourself to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you are looking inward in order to have the things that you really desire in the world. Whatever those things might be, like even feel into what is my intention? What are my desires right now? Do you know what your desires are right now? As a conscious human who is in a physical body, it is your responsibility to continuously have an intention. And as you have that intention, you then call in we could call it your why, right? The quote unquote, the why, like, why is that my intention? And then underneath that why is a feeling state. So literally everything is being created in the world based on how you're feeling. Feeling is everything. It is not the things that you're doing. It is not the courses that you're taking. It's not the emails that you're responding to. It is not the people you're meeting and networking. It is how you feel. So how you feel is emitting a frequency, quite literally, from your body. Again, you can measure this in different scientific tools, which I find fascinating. But as you emit this frequency, you send a beacon out into the world that says, this is who I am, this is who I be, this is what I want. So if you want to see the frequency, the beacon that you have been sending out into the world, look at your body. Look at your relationships with your body, with yourself, with the other people around you. Look at the vehicle you might drive, the home you might live in, the numbers in your bank account. All of this is manifestation of the beacon that you've been sending out into the world. So when that alignment happens with your heart and mind, and you know your intention, you know your purpose, you know your why, as big or small as it might be right now, you then begin to co-create with the universe. This is always happening. This is universal law. It's just the way that it is. It's kind of like, experiencing gravity. It just is. But when you understand this beacon that I'm sending out, this energy, this frequency that I'm sending out, if there's a misalignment within me, I'm sending out the beacon that there is a misalignment. And so I'm going to call in more misalignment. I'm going to call in more people who are willing to meet me in that misalignment, more people who are willing to lie to me, to cheat on me. So then I do the same. You see the cycle, right? The way that this like tangibly translates into the world, where I'm going to go on the next diet only to gain the weight back, to go on another diet, punish myself, to gain the weight back, to go on another diet. There's a reason why. There's no such thing as a plateau. There's no such thing as the magical way of feeding myself on the outside of myself, including the foods. Scientifically proven. What matters more is what you think about the foods, AKA what you think about yourself. So what am I feeding myself? What am I literally ingesting through the tangible foods, through the atmosphere, through the relationships that I'm willing to be in this life, whether with yourself or with other people. So this beacon that you're sending out into the world is literally vibrational energy that says, this is who I am. This is what I'm willing to experience. This is what I'm willing to call back into me. So if you're someone who is constantly feeling like my plate is so full, I'm constantly doing, and I got to do a little bit more, and I got to answer these other, like for me, it's always the emails, right? This is what I hear from my clients. Well, I've got to do these things, but I have to do these things before I can do the next. You don't. When you can be in the energy of what it is that you are calling in next, you will experience the next. That's how it works. I'm super interested in how this is landing for everyone. So again, I'm going to invite you to comment, even tag someone that you feel like could be receiving this information. And even in receiving the frequency that I'm sending out. So if you're still here and you're still listening to the sound of my voice, you might start to feel almost like your periphery is kind of fading away. You maybe feel a little bit heavier in your seat. You maybe start to feel a little sleepy, like your eyes want to droop. This is all energy. It's frequency. It's stuff that's moving, and it's moving the stuff out in order to receive the stuff in. So another way that you can raise your energy, you can raise your frequency, which is my intention, is to raise the frequency of the earth, of the universe, of the universes. And I do this, 1, through myself, 2, gifting it to others, teaching them how to do it, and onward and onward and onward. So one thing you can do is just ask yourself, what is my relationship with myself? What is the greatest love affair that I've ever experienced in this world? And is it with myself? And am I willing to give myself that? Am I willing to just pause and just feel into what I'm feeling? Because however I'm feeling is literally how I'm manifesting into the world. It is literally how I'm experiencing the tangible world. So again, to bring this back to how I started out this session, in this next round of teaching that I'm going to go into, my teaching, I call it Holy Shift. Holy Shift. You enunciate the F there. Because you will have a holy shift. You will literally have holy shift moments throughout the 90 days that we work together. And you will come into a whole new awareness as to who you are and transmute that energy. So you will literally raise the baseline frequency of who you are. And what this looks like and what this actually translates into the real world is you will leave soul-sucking jobs. You will create the kind of career path that is aligned for you. You will leave, and other situations, people will leave your life in a way that is so incredibly divinely aligned and beautifully orchestrated. And you will be willing to accept that and hold yourself responsible for your next. So I'm going to invite you into Holy Shift, where I teach you these steps, these literal step-by-steps, how to, is where I feel in all of the gaps, because I can feel that even as like I emit this frequency out there, and I can feel you feeling this and thinking to yourself, like, I want this, right? I want the next. I'm so tired of cycling through and experiencing the same thing and thinking this next thing that I do, this next relationship or this next experience or this next job or this next diet or the thing on the outside of me is going to be the thing to get me to feel better, only to know it's only temporary. Right? You can still do those things. You can still do all of the things that is giving you temporary hits. But at some point, they just get really tiring. They get boring. They get monotonous. Right? I want more. I want more. I want more. Permission to have more. Your soul, your essence, your frequency chose this body, this vehicle, right? To have more, to experience more, to be more. There's a reason why you feel that. There's a reason why you feel like why can I have all of this here? Why can I make such quick, great decisions in my career? But when it comes to what's happening behind closed doors, what's happening within my body, I feel like almost like an imposter, and I want it all. This is what I teach, and it's so incredibly fun. And so, yeah, the invitation, feel free to send me a direct message. If you're watching this on, well, I'm broadcasting this in multiple places, but you could send me a direct message and we can have a conversation. And whether you join the group on October 16th or you want to work one-on-one with me privately, that is an option as well, where I can teach you the step-by-steps, how to have the greatest love affair that you will ever experience. And when you do that with yourself, you will call in the people and the situations. It will just literally be what I call the red carpet to the universe. It will unfold and it will unwind in just like you do in your fantasies, so say your fascinations, but your fantasies as well. Right? So allow yourself to fantasize, allow yourself to visualize, allow yourself to call in what's next for you, and then feel it. When you feel it, universal law says, I have to give it to you. But here's the kicker. You have to feel it more than you don't. So you feel it 51% of the time. So just even in that, right? Even in that, what am I feeling 51% of the time? Because whatever I'm feeling 51% of the time, is it am I focusing on the things that I didn't get done? Am I focusing on the things that I don't have? Because if you are, universal law is saying, well, I'm going to give you more of that because that's what you're feeling. And I can only go based on frequency because we're living in a frequency universe. So I'm going to give you more of that. All right. If you are willing to take it to the next level, then feel free to reach out into my direct messages and we'll get you started. All right. So much love.